Today we discuss Robert Hansen, Alaska's butcher baker. After being bullied as a child, Hansen turned to a life of crime. Spoiler alert, wasn't very good at it, getting caught and jailed numerous times. But another spoiler alert, our justice system isn't great either. Despite numerous warning signs, Hansen roamed free, escalating his crimes until he went full-blown serial killer. We'll tell his story, talk about his victims, and look at his eventual arrest. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you thought Israel Keys was the biggest piece of shit to operate out of Alaska, stick around. He may very well be, but tonight we've got a potential contender for the crown. This is Necronomipod.
New world order.
I worked really hard on that.
That's perfect. It's everything I hoped it would be. I think that was a missed opportunity by WCW to not get H.W. Bush in there to do New World Order.
Came out good.
Nothing screams badassery more than George H.W. Bush.
Oh, yeah. Nothing at all. But he was a badass Navy pilot.
I think we said that last
Absolutely.
week. He really was. He was a war hero.
Didn't look like it in his later years when people were more familiar with him, but 100%.
Yeah. The CIA director.
It's true.
Yeah, he knows all the secrets.
Well, he did.
Yeah, at one point.
Yeah.
A new world order.
I just hear the music right after it. I just hear the music. Picture him coming out and strumming the belt like Hogan did. What this country needs is more of that. Before we jump in, a few weeks ago we did on the, it was on our Patreon, we did like our top fives list.
Yeah.
Remember we discussed like a bunch of categories. We had listeners submit them and stuff.
Yeah.
So it had been, I didn't make note of this, and I'd been thinking about it ever since because I felt like I wanted to say it. Like we did top 5 TV shows. And for me, I think I had listed my 5th show. I had Curb Your Enthusiasm, West Wing,
Yep.
Californication, Seinfeld. And on the show I said The Office, which it's true. But I had went back and forth about, is it The Office? Is it Scrubs? Is it Office? Is it Scrubs? Because Scrubs is one of my all-time favorite shows. I went with The Office because I watch The Office a lot more. It's in syndication. It's on TV every day of the week. But Scrubs is like 5B,
Sure.
6, to be a normal person, just say 6. But then I just saw they're doing a reboot. They're in the early talks of a reboot with Bill Lawrence, who was the original producer of the show, all the original cast. I will watch every episode they put out. But I can't say I'm excited about a reboot.
Can it be good? Is it because those two are doing those T-Mobile commercials all through the holidays? Is that where they got
Maybe
the
that
idea?
sparked it. Like it kind of sparked like oh yeah, I remember them. This is a feel good, like great show and blah, blah, blah. But I know I don't think did we talk about this on air?
I don't think so.
We talked about it off air and you had mentioned what was Arrested Development.
Yeah.
And you hated the reboot.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It ruined that show. Like, I just have to completely act like the
didn't
Netflix reboot didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of because I really liked that show and what are they going to do?
I never watched Scrubs.
It ended, season 8 was supposed to be the finale, and it ended perfectly. It was a great finale. Nothing major, but a good send-off. Well, then, like, it got signed for another season because, like, oh, this was so great. We'll bring in new cast members and do a season 9. And it was, like, with half the original cast, half new members, and it was pathetic.
That shit never works.
And it got canceled.
Don't do it.
And now they're talking about a reboot, and I'm going to watch it. But the whole point of this was I'm finishing up a West Wing. That's a tongue twister. A West Wing rewatch. I like my 9th. But I have not watched Scrubs in its entirety in probably 10 years. So when I'm done, I think I'm going to rewatch all of Scrubs. I believe it's on Peacock because it was originally an NBC show.
Okay.
Then near the end, NBC dropped it and ABC picked it up. So I'm going to try to rewatch it and see. I'm sure it'll hold up and I'll enjoy it. But I want to get fresh and then we'll see how the reboot goes.
I think that's a good plan.
My biggest concern is the music from Scrubs was a big part of the show. And legend has it, Zach Braff had a hand in picking all of the music that went into scenes, made it emotional, made it happy. When they got signed by like Netflix, they didn't buy the rights to the music. So like you're watching this emotional scene that you know, like I used to have all the DVDs and like you get into it and then you're just hearing like some generic like piano instead of like the song that was playing.
Ruins it.
That's like Wonder Years. Like the original TV airing of that had all kind of music, like, you know, Beatles and shit. Then the Netflix version has none of that.
It changes the whole...
The entire dynamic of the show.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that
that's based during Vietnam War? So like all the music from that era is like
it made the show.
Right.
That's some fantastic music.
Absolutely.
Too.
So with it, when it's not there, it's like, oh, this kind of sucks.
Is that a Netflix thing? Like, because I have not. The last time I watched Scrubs was legitimately on DVD because I started on Netflix, realized they didn't have the music rights, and I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Is that a Netflix thing? Like, if I watch it on Peacock, do you think they have it?
I don't know.
They were the initial.
Well, it used to be on Comedy Central all the time, right?
And I think it had all the music.
It had all the music, right?
Yeah.
It's so
But
odd
who
that
owns
they
Comedy
separate
Central?
the licensing like that.
What Comedy Central's owned by one of those, like Viacom or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. The one night I looked it up, there was like, nah, it doesn't matter. Anyways,
Yeah, like 4 companies own every
4 or
piece of
5
media
companies
in
own it all.
the
Yeah,
whole
that's
world,
what it is.
sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see if Peacock has it. It really does impact the show, especially because it's the way you remember it, right? You know, all those scenes and
Of course.
classic moments. And
Yeah.
Speaking of Zach Braff, though,
I just want to smell his dick.
it's a longtime boyfriend of your girl Florence Pugh, right? Is that
That's
what you would
true.
ask him if you ever met him?
I did not know that.
I have heard that he is maybe not the friendliest man in real life. I don't know for sure. I've just heard that through the grapevine. Maybe that's why Florence Pugh dumped his ass.
Maybe so.
Now she's farting in my face. Fuck you, Zach. Now I get it. And I'll pay for the rights to play all the music I want when she's farting in my face. That was the weirdest fucking dream I've ever had.
I doubt that, pal.
Woke up with the boner, so you tell me.
I just watched a good movie with her not too long ago. Her and Andrew Garfield. Is that
I've
the
been
guy's name?
seeing them all over
good.
like social media together, like doing interviews and stuff. So it must have been a new movie.
Yeah, it's fairly new. Pretty sappy. It was good though.
I would be okay with them being a couple.
Yeah, I like her too.
All right, let's dive in.
Robert Hansen was born on February 15th, 1939 in Ethersville, Iowa, a small farming town. His parents, Chris and Edna, were hardworking and very religious. They owned a small bakery that did well enough. We'll talk about it a bit more in a minute, but Chris was not a very nice man. He believed that discipline and faith solved everything. Edna was the complete opposite. She was very loving. Robert seems to have been born with whatever the woman-hating incel gene is because he completely rejected Edna and grew up to view her loving nature as weak and pathetic. During World War II, America's economy was booming, and in 1942, when Robert was 3 years old, Chris moved the family to Richmond, California, hoping to grow their bakery business. but California wasn't the gold mine Chris had hoped for. Competition was tough, and after 7 years, the family was financially drained. So in 1949, they moved back to Iowa. Back in Iowa, the Hansens settled in Pocahontas, a small town 125 miles from Des Moines, and opened another bakery. This one did better than their previous attempts. It kept the family financially secure, paid the bills. Robert was a naturally shy kid, also kind of frail is a good way to describe him. He had a stutter that began early in childhood and got worse in stressful situations. His father, Chris, believed that strict discipline could fix Robert's stutter.
Oh, probably. It's a good course of action. That'll probably work out well.
Instead of seeking any professional help for his stutter, Chris put him to work in the family bakery, believing that talking to customers would force Robert's speech to improve. That's not how things work.
It's not?
And every time that Robert stumbled over his words, customers would get impatient or they would feel awkward. And Robert spoke less and less to the point where he rarely, if ever, talked in public for a long time.
Do you want that bread cut?
I can imagine that would feel terrible for him.
Horrible.
And you're being forced into that.
Oh,
'Cause
awful.
you yourself as a person, like as a kid or the person experiencing that, you have to know, like, no, I'm not, like, this is not going to fix why I'm doing this, you know? It's terrible.
Oh, to have to interact with the public like that, I was just laughing at you. Awful.
Yeah. Like after a while, you're like, this is clearly not working. Can I stop?
Yeah.
Can we stop embarrassing me?
Right.
Can I go home?
Also, just maybe put them, in the back.
Yeah.
Let them make the
Do the
bread.
baking.
Cut the bread.
No customer facing position.
No face to face.
That's fair. I agree. You get that a lot? Have you ever met a stutterer? I never met a stutterer. Is that common these days?
I know someone that has one, but
Yeah?
it not all the time. It's just like every once in a while it comes back. He like did a lot of like speech therapy to get rid of it, but every once in a while he has it.
Seems tough.
Yeah, I do too.
If this guy wasn't such a piece of shit, I obviously wouldn't be mocking stutter, but fuck this guy, so I will mock him.
It's challenging too. I mean, obviously for them, but like when you're listening to them and they're stuttering, like what they're trying to say, but you also like you don't want to say it for them because I feel like that. I don't know, but you feel like that's disrespectful.
Sure.
So you just kind of wait and listen, and like the person that I knew was like Ian. Like it wasn't all the time. It would be maybe once every 4 or 5 sentences. There would be like a word that they kind of just stutter on.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what they're saying, but
Gotta let him finish.
yeah, just let them finish, I guess.
On top of that, Robert was naturally left-handed, but Chris forced him to write with his right hand, thinking that being left-handed was wrong and weak. And it caused him to have a lot of self-consciousness about like writing for schoolwork because he couldn't, like his handwriting was sloppy as fuck.
Well, left-handed people should be thrown into the ocean and killed. We talked about that before on the show.
We
There's
have
something
talked
wrong.
about
Demon sees something's wrong with you if you're left-handed.
Oh,
So
man.
I advocate for your termination.
We had this exact conversation. I remember this because my mother-in-law was forced to write with her right hand growing up.
As she should be.
That was the way.
Fix them.
Look, I don't mind the
Conversion therapy.
I don't mind the left-handed writers. That doesn't bother me. It's the left-handed eaters when I'm sitting next to you.
That's right.
And we're fucking bumping elbows when I'm trying to eat my chicken parmesan and you're trying to cut your grouper. Like, come on. We gotta work
Go sit somewhere else.
I am an advocate of left-handed eaters should be forced to sit at the left-hand side of the table.
I agree
so that
with
their
that.
elbows just out in no man's
Or
land.
not fed at all.
Well, that's also a route we could discuss.
left-handed pitchers, right? That's like the only good
Oh
left-handed
yeah, I'm
thing.
good with them.
Yeah.
They're good. Yeah.
We're not going to have any when you starve them to death.
What kind of baseball team you gonna have without a left-handed pitcher?
Right.
Sure. Or you just take them from their parents at a young age and you go raise them in a baseball camp or something. But if you can't throw pitches, you're done.
I think we've discussed this. I write right-handed. I throw right-handed. I play golf, hockey, and bat left-handed.
Yeah, that's odd.
But I'm not. What's the word?
Abnormal.
Ambidextrous.
I'm not ambidextrous though. Like, it's I don't know. It's just weird. It's
It
just
is
those
weird.
few things.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine trying to do any of that with my left.
Yeah. The end.
Sorry,
Well, it would-
sorry
it-
for your affliction.
It would save me in Dave's utopia, though. I think I would be okay.
Yeah,
You
I'm
could
not.
pa- you
I'm,
could pass,
I'm
yeah.
writing with my right hand, and
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
bumping
enough.
elbows when we're eating. I'd be all right.
Robert developed severe acne during his teens, leaving scars on his face. Crater face was what he was called specifically a lot. In their small town high school, where sports, dating, popularity, all that stuff is super important, his stutter and acne made him a target. Classmates bullied him relentlessly. Asking out a girl felt impossible. He'd usually get rejected or laughed at.
So all this environmental stuff we just talked about, you don't think that led to the whole incel kind of thing? Like that's a lot of factors there that would lead someone to be rejected by most women and to develop these sort of anti-woman feelings, right?
I thought the same thing Dave just asked, but I was thinking the way we had discussed it earlier, like from a young age, he hated his mom. Is that accurate? Is that inaccurate?
He grew up to hate.
So he didn't-
somewhere the women hating, and it probably is this. Like you said, this bullying stuff.
Like when
created
all
it.
women start rejecting you,
Yeah.
to those views start. You
Yeah.
start
So maybe
projecting those views on your mom as well.
Yeah, as like a protection, you just start hating them because they don't
All
want
women
you.
are bad.
Yeah, I guess I initially took it as like even from like a young age, he hated his mom. And so now it's like, well, why does he hate his mom if he doesn't even know rejection yet? And she's the one loving him. So, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that developed gradually. Yeah, who knows?
By the time Robert graduated high school in 1957, he was filled with bitterness, and he enlisted in the Army Reserve, hoping it would be his way out of Pocahontas and a chance to reinvent himself. At Fort Dix, New Jersey, Robert did really well with basic training. The Army's routine and discipline gave him a sense of order that he hadn't experienced before. And in their free time, he and other recruits went out drinking in nearby cities. During one of these trips to New York City, Robert had his first sexual experience with a sex worker. The experience left him with mixed feelings. He had kind of a 50-50. Paying for sex got rid of the fear of rejection that he struggled with, and it gave him a sense of control. It allowed him to avoid the humiliation of social interactions. On the other hand, the sex workers disgusted him, and the fact that he used them provided a different kind of humiliation, like some self-hating stuff.
I think there's a lot of that goes on. Like sex worker hating men type who,
Yeah.
sit and watch porn all day and then get on social media and call
That's the
porn stars trash and,
That's the incel. That's what they do.
yeah.
What is that? Is like, how do you get there? Is it this? Is it just, or are you just a piece of shit that doesn't realize that maybe you should change something about yourself and women would like you?
Yeah.
That's I agree with that.
Because Robert, we're going to talk about when he gets married, he views his wife as like not good because it's like, I deserve to date a supermodel. Well, no, like not everybody's going to date somebody super attractive.
Sure.
But they feel like they deserve that. That's not how dating or anything works.
No, it's certainly not.
So So you're an incel, but then you have something else going on also that makes you a murderer, right?
Well, I think that level of hate just rises to a boiling point one day, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do something about it. It is interesting that I utilize sex workers, but I hate them because I have to utilize them type thing. I view them as subhumans, and
I think Gary Ridgway kind of felt that way too, right?
Sure.
Because he would read the Bible and start crying and shit.
Yeah, of course.
He had a hard time. After a year of reserve duty, Robert returned to Pocahontas in 1959 and signed up as a drill instructor for the Pocahontas Junior Police.
You know who else was in and out of Pocahontas?
Who's that?
Colonist John Smith in the 1600s.
John Smith.
That's unfounded.
I don't really know that story.
but likely.
Yeah, likely, but
Like I don't think that I could tell you that story. I probably should be able to, but
I think that's as much as I really know about it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't go into details either.
right.
But
I'm pretty sure they left that out of the Disney version, though.
yeah, they didn't have her fucking in there.
No. Should have. Be a lot cooler if they did.
Doing this whole drill instructor thing gave Robert some respect. These younger kids looked up to him and they listened to Robert. So he really took to doing this. Also around this time, Robert began dating Phoebe Paget, a quiet young woman who, like Robert, struggled socially. They eventually got engaged, and on the surface, it looked like Robert was building a stable life. He had his own apartment, steady work at his parents' bakery, even though he hated working for them, a fiance, and he was doing the drill instructor thing.
long, fruitful life ahead of him. The world is his oyster, as they say. I'm rooting for you, Robert. You can turn this incel thing around. I know it, pal.
Robert still held on to all that high school resentment.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go.
you do
Let it
have
go. Let it go.
Wow.
Some Frozen.
Yeah. Going back to the Disney thing here. It's a Disney heavy episode.
See? I don't know any of those movies. I've never seen any of them.
You know the song,
I
pal.
just know that song.
It still kind of blows my mind that you've never seen Lion King.
My kids didn't like Disney stuff. We didn't watch that shit. We watched Harry Potter and cool non-nerd stuff.
Well,
So he had all that high school resentment, and Robert would vent to a 16-year-old kid who was a junior police member. We don't know this kid's real name, so we'll call him Billy. Robert would tell Billy all about how he was going to get revenge on the small town people who made his life hell. Then one day, Robert told Billy about a plan that Robert wanted to burn down the barn where the school buses were kept. So one night in December of 1960, Billy stood as a lookout while Robert went to the barn. He climbed a ladder, poured gasoline everywhere, and then started a fire. Robert and Billy then took off and came back to the scene like they were helping. Robert was doing volunteer firefighter stuff. I forgot to bring that up before. That he also did that, and Billy was doing his whole junior police role.
That'll teach them. Burn the barn down. Fuck them.
This was a huge deal, especially in a small town. It was gossip, like who would do such a thing?
Pearl clutching. Oh my God.
It's like
They burned the barn down. What?
he fucked up. Like the whole barn was gone, and three buses were completely gone.
How are the kids going to get to school?
Yeah.
Riddle me this.
now the parents have to drive them.
Yes.
What a pain in the ass that probably was.
Pocahontas was going nuts.
On March 29th, 1961, Billy couldn't take it anymore, and he confessed to the police about what he and Robert had done. Robert was arrested soon after, but he had the support of his parents, Phoebe, and a lot of the town. No one could believe that Robert would do something like that.
And that's a running theme, I think, through this whole story. Like, Robert can't be Robert. He would never do something like this.
Yeah.
That's a like white toast type dude.
Yeah.
Like BTK, you know.
Exactly. Hiding in plain sight. No, not that guy.
And
There's nothing wrong with white toast, by the way.
No, I eat
White toast
bread.
with butter is delicious. I will just slam
It's
it.
better than wheat toast.
Yeah.
I'll eat that all day long.
Yeah.
I'm a rye toast guy myself, but sure, I can.
I
get
like
into
rye.
white bread.
I would even eat wheat, but
I hate wheat bread. It's
Do
so
you?
Fucking disgusting.
really?
Yes, grain bread, wheat bread.
Oh, I like grain bread.
No.
Like I like that fancy bread sometimes.
No.
I don't like the ones that with the seeds on top and
Yeah,
shit.
that's
No,
all
I don't.
right.
I don't love that. But like just regular wheat bread without, I'll eat that.
No, never.
What did you say? Rye is
I like rye,
delicious.
yeah.
I like a good Italian bread. It's my
Sure.
favorite.
White bread.
Yeah, but the fancier
Sure.
white bread,
A step up.
a step up. Yeah.
I'll take the super cheap white bread for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah, there's a place for that, or like
Yeah.
just like bologna, cheese, and mustard.
Yeah.
Like it gets stuck to the roof of your mouth, but
Like
it's
the
fucking
dollar
delicious.
white bread.
Schwabel's guy. Schwabel's guy.
That's good stuff.
Or Italiano. I like the Italiano. Is that
That's good, too.
Millbrook? I think Millbrook makes Italiano, maybe.
I don't know. We're getting the deep cuts now. Right?
Yeah. Nichols bread. White bread is the cheap shit. You want to stay away from Nichols. Garbage. I like what I like.
I think we owe the listeners the last 30 seconds of their lives back.
Life's short. Don't fucking waste 30 seconds on bad bread.
But a good piece of toast is not to be written off.
Goddamn right, pal. I had some toast for dinner tonight with some scrambled eggs.
Oh, that's all
White
right.
toast. Delicious.
That's all right. That's all right.
Then I had 3 glasses of whiskey. And, here I am.
So Robert knew that if he went to trial for this, the truth would come out and the perfect image that he had built would be gone. So Robert pled guilty and made it seem like a situation where the police were framing him and it was better to just go along with it. Like if he tried to fight, he would get more jail time. Everyone bought it, everyone being, his parents and Phoebe. And in the end, Robert was given a 3-year sentence at the Anamosa State Penitentiary. And the majority of people, like I said, who knew Robert thought that this was unjust. It was like an innocent guy was going to jail for this.
Yeah. Seems excessive, right? They gave stiffer penalties sometimes back then. Like a guy like this in this scenario, he'd get probation today, right?
I don't know. Burning down a full barn and 3 school buses.
Upstanding guy. The community loved him. I don't think today that the same scenario he gets 3 years in prison.
I don't know what arson
Yeah, like
sentences
it's just
are
property
like.
crime. He would get restitution and 6 months in county,
I guess they'd probably look at motive.
5 years probation.
And like you said, maybe his background. At this point, he was fine.
Army vet. Seems excessive in today's standards.
Here's the thing about arson. Like with the wildfires going on in California, these guys, like we're going to talk about Robert, he gets into fire, like it gets him hard, like a lot of these guys do.
Yeah.
There's people that are intentionally setting fires out in California that are out of state. Is this a situation where like somebody that gets hard off of fire is like, oh shit, I'm driving out to California.
drawn to it?
Yeah, like because I can go out there and start burning stuff down.
Sure, probably.
I had read an article that they had arrested 20 people for intentionally making it worse, and they were all out of state people.
It's weird, right? You're like,
Yeah.
this whole area's
really
on
weird.
fire, so I can go out there and I can probably legitimately start some good fires and not get caught.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
Because like this is my thing.
I hate people so much.
They really are the worst.
Fucking freaks.
This is why aliens don't interact with us.
They're
Really.
like, just blow that planet up. They're probably having a debate somewhere at the Intergalactic Star Federation. Like the liberals are like, no, they can be redeemed. Come on, they seem incorrigible, but they'll come around. They're just a young species, and people are like the conservatives on they're like, just blow up the fucking planet already and be done with these
they're
people.
reviewing all the footage they got from New Jersey. And by the way, if you're filming New Jersey, like we stand no chance, right? And they're like, oh, fuck it. Just blow them up.
Just blow them up.
This can't be salvaged.
Hit them with the Death Star beam and just be done with it.
This is like the dumpster behind a fast food joint. Like you're not saving anything in here.
Fuck them.
Yeah. I don't blame them.
That's what's going to happen. You're just going to be sitting. We're going to be sitting here one night, and we're just going to vaporize. You're never going to know. The planet's just going to combust and explode. That'll be all right.
Okay.
We're not that great.
I'm ready to go.
Worse things could happen.
There's nothing you can do about it.
No, what are you going to do? Nice knowing you. See you in heaven, pals. Jesus is calling.
So in prison, Robert talked openly to the psychiatrist that was assigned to him. Robert thought that he had full patient confidentiality, but that isn't how it works in prison.
Good one, Incel. Whoa, what do you mean?
These things, go to the parole hearings. The parole board looks at these hearings.
I
about
would
this
fucking
stuff.
hope so.
Is that not something that the psychiatrist would have also told him, though? Like, hey, just so you know,
You would think.
what we discuss, I can share with the parole board.
Yeah. What about patient doctor privilege?
Do you think the psychiatrist, like, kayfabed him?
Did they
Was
try?
like,
Did
I'm
they
gonna
do
fucking
that?
get you? I don't think that would pass nowadays, but
Had a lot less rules back then.
Robert told the psychiatrist straight up, I burnt down the barn out of hatred for the school and his former classmates. The psychiatrist diagnosed him with infantile personality disorder, describing him as emotionally immature and prone to holding grudges. Legit, it sounds like just somebody that failed to mature. And, it's like a kid in an adult's body, essentially.
Yeah, like how are you targeting your former classmates who none of them go to that school anymore by burning down the barn with the school bus? And
Right.
like, go burn down your former classmate's house. This doesn't make any sense.
You accomplish nothing.
Yeah. Silly. And an infant thinking.
When Phoebe found out about this confession, she filed for divorce and news spread around town. Chris and Edna were so embarrassed by the news, they sold their bakery and moved to Minnesota, where they bought a small lakefront resort to run.
Getting the hell out of Pocahontas. Our dumbass kid. Nobody wants us there anymore. Although running a small lakefront resort in Minnesota sounds pretty fucking special.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Sounds a lot better than being judged all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, where's your incel son? Is he burning the prison down today? Give me a loaf of rye, will ya?
While in prison, Robert focused a lot on fake self-improvement. Like Ed Kemper, Robert helped with paperwork, wrote letters for inmates, and joined educational programs. A speech therapy course from the University of Iowa helped him overcome his stutter, and all of this stuff impressed the parole board. After serving 20 months, Robert was paroled in May of 1963. From there, he went to work for his parents in Minnesota at the resort, painting boats, building docks, and guiding fishing trips.
Sounds fucking awesome.
That summer, Robert met Darla Henriksen, a 20-year-old college student working at the resort cleaning cabins. Darla was very religious and studying to become a teacher. She was a very bland young woman. Nothing wrong with that.
Bland, but not ugly or by any means.
No.
So yeah, this guy is
That's what I'm saying. Like they expect a 10.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
They think they deserve that. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the way that.
But she's not
Darla,
a 2.
No, definitely not.
He's a little overreacting, this guy.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve her.
No, not at all.
She's way out of his league.
Yeah. By the end of the summer, Robert proposed to Darla, and she said yes.
Oh, Darla.
The couple moved to Bloomington, Minnesota, where Darla transferred to the University of Minnesota to finish her teaching degree. Robert started working as a baker, and for a while, things seemed to go well. But Robert couldn't stop stealing. Like so many of these assholes, Robert loved to steal shit. Coworkers found stolen radios, appliances. There's some stories about bikes with locks still on them, hidden around, a bakery or wherever he was working. He was fired multiple times from places, but he always managed to find another job.
That seems smart if you're working at a bakery that you don't own and you're stealing a bunch of stuff to stockpile it at the bakery so other people can find your stolen merchandise. That's a good plan, sure.
He's not a very good criminal.
No, none of these guys ever. They're never good at it, right?
Yeah.
Master baiters, not master thieves.
The only one I can think of that was good at it was Ted Bundy. There was that Netflix documentary that had like the newer tapes with him talking.
Yeah.
And he talked about stealing stuff. And like, if you look attractive enough and whatever, and you just walk in with confidence, you can do whatever you want.
That's true.
He talked about walking in and like just picking up a TV and walking out with it and stuff.
That's true in lots of facets of life. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just look like you belong there,
Yeah,
right?
the confidence thing. Look
Yeah,
like you belong and you just
absolutely.
go.
Yeah, Robert didn't have Ted Bundy confidence.
He's not a good-looking fellow like Ted.
Yeah. In 1967, after Darla finished her degree, Robert convinced her that Alaska was the perfect place for a fresh start. In Anchorage, Robert got a job at a Safeway bakery while Darla began teaching, eventually specializing in special education. They bought a modest house, joined a Central Lutheran church, and quickly became a part of the community. They had 2 kids, a daughter first, then another child, a boy. On the surface, Robert and Darla seemed to be doing great. Robert's baking and cake decorating made him super successful locally, and Darla was respected in the community for her teaching. Also, in his free time, Robert dove into bow hunting, joining the Alaska State Archery Association, and broke multiple records for killing bears, wolves, and moose. People called him a, quote, marksman prodigy, and he loved the attention he got from that.
I'm sure.
That's something I forgot to bring up before. Like behind the bakery, like he was always into the survivalist gun knife type thing, because he would sit out back of his parents' bakery with like throwing knives and stuff and doing that whole thing.
Well, and now he's getting attention, right? Positive attention. Not being laughed at or mocked.
Sure. Utilizing his strengths. Probably wasn't a good coxman, right, Mike?
It doesn't sound like it.
No.
At this point. Does not sound like it.
This whole time, Robert had pushed down all of his sexual urges. No sex workers, just straight up missionary sex with Darla, nothing else. Robert wanted more stuff like blowjobs and whatever, but he would never ask Darla for one. Like it was this offensive idea to even speak a word to her like that.
Yeah. It's my wife.
Yeah, like I can't defile my wife by speaking like that.
Madonna whore type stuff. You know who would approve of that? Augusta Gein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missionary only. Penises don't belong in the mouth. Jesus doesn't like a penis in the mouth. Missionary in the pussy only. Excuse me, the vagina only. No butt sex and no oral sex. It's bad and you go to hell and Jesus doesn't like it.
It's amazing you found all that audio.
Yeah.
That's good work, man.
Augusta had a lot of thoughts on
sex.
Eddie and on sex. And yeah, for sure.
Well,
Well,
Missionary is doing the Lord's work in more ways than one.
yeah, that's such a depressing way to look at life. Like that's all that it is. Like
I can't.
that's so lame.
I can't ask my wife to blow me. That sounds great. Woohoo! Fun.
So what were you gonna say?
like I'm trying to think of his mindset. Like he doesn't respect women, but it's offensive to ask his wife to do that. Like what? I'm just trying to think what he's thinking.
Well,
Is he embarrassed to ask his wife, or is it doesn't do anything for him? He'd rather pay for it and have a sex worker do it because that's what the real turn on for him is.
I think he finds it dirty, and that's something you go to dirty girls for, and you resent them. They're subhuman. They're only good for
see.
doing
So
things like that. But I can't project that kind of wishes onto my wife because she's above that.
He doesn't love his wife or like his wife that much, but she's above a sex worker.
Right.
She's not gonna.
I would never ask my wife
dick.
to put my cock in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot going on with these type of dudes.
Their minds don't work.
It's a lot to figure out.
Yeah, they're fucked up.
That's true.
So Robert began cruising Anchorage's red light district late at night, frequenting clubs, bars, and sex workers. One November evening, 18-year-old secretary Susan, known as Susie Heppard, caught Robert's eye at a traffic light on Northern Lights Boulevard. Susie kind of like gave him that half smile thing, but Robert saw it as flirtatious. He followed her home and memorized her address. Later that night, Robert knocked on her door, pretending to look for a friend. Caught off guard, Susie let him in to use the phone. Robert said that he was new in town, and then he just suddenly asked her out. She felt super uncomfortable. Susie said no. She said she was engaged. Robert was furious at the fact that she rejected him and left. Why would she agree to that? Like that makes no sense at all. Like, why would you be mad about that?
Because he views himself on this, I'm awesome, and how dare this whore who flirted with me in my car now rejects my advances, right?
Yeah.
A week later, Susie got home around 5 a.m. after dropping off her roommate. Robert came out with a gun, threatening to kill her if she screamed. A neighbor heard her cries and yelled that the police were coming, scared Robert off. Police arrived, and they found Robert wandering around nearby. Susie later identified him in a lineup, and he was charged with assault. However, his lawyer managed to get him released on bail. On December 19th, 1971, he approached another 18-year-old woman, referred to as Laura or Patricia Roberts in some accounts, near a cafe. He abducted her at gunpoint, driving nearly 160 miles from Anchorage to the Kenai Peninsula. Along the way, he threatened her, he raped her at a motel, and on the way back to Anchorage, turned off onto a dirt road. Pointing his gun at her, he told her to run. She tried to, begging him for her life. Like, I won't say anything. I promise I'll stay quiet. Robert drove back to Anchorage and let her go and warned her to never speak or he'd kill her family. Eventually, she reported the attack and the police arrested Robert again. This time, he faced serious charges, including kidnapping and assault with a deadly weapon. Prosecutors pushed to hold him without bail, but they argued, he's a great guy, steady job, he's got a family, a good reputation in the community. Despite both of these cases, and especially the kidnapping one's insane, a plea deal was made. Robert pleaded guilty to assaulting Susan, and in return, the kidnapping and rape charges in Laura's case were dropped. By late 1972, Robert was out, having convinced another mental health professional that he had changed. He manipulated the system. And
He knows how to work it.
Like that right there should have been a minimum 25 years prison
Yeah.
sentence.
like, how do they drop
Period.
the rape charges on that woman?
That's ridiculous.
By the late 1970s, Anchorage was booming with transient workers. The pipeline expansion brought in welders, engineers, and all kind of blue-collar workers from everywhere. With the cash flowing, bars, clubs, and sex work were thriving. The city's red light district, known as the Tenderloin, this is a gross word. Nothing good is happening there. There were constantly new clubs popping up. Dancers came and went, traveling from all over. Really, then they would just stay for a few months, make a bunch of money, and then move on. And the constant turnover meant that when a dancer disappeared, people, not too many people noticed.
Well, that means they were being trafficked to major cities around that area, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them.
A lot of them, yeah. Not like, when you say come and go, it makes it seem like it's a sex worker just hops on and it's not really.
Their owners or pimps were shuffling them around.
Yeah.
That was the name of my dorm in college, the Come and Go.
What was it now?
We also had, when you exited, there was one of those old, like, rotisseries. You can grab a hot dog on the way out.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Leave it
cool.
with a parting gift.
Need some protein after getting dicked down so good and
Yeah.
and in your room.
It was all right there. It's nice.
It's all there for the taking. Not even Costco's $1.50. Yours was free.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's all inclusive.
That's nice.
The orgasm and the hot dog.
On December 22nd, 1971, 18-year-old Celia Beth Van Zanten, known as Beth, was at home with two of her three older brothers in their shared house on Kinnick Avenue in South Anchorage near Northern Lights Boulevard. That evening, Beth headed out to walk a few blocks to the Buy Low grocery store nearby. The store closed at 9 p.m., and she left around 8:30 p.m. A witness saw her arrive at the store between 8:45 and 9 p.m. Around the same time, a neighbor spotted her walking along Northern Lights Boulevard, but Beth never made it back home, and 2 days later, she was officially reported as missing. I should have said, this is where we're going to get into that list of victims. On Christmas Day, 1971, Beth's body was found in Kujak State Park near Anchorage. She had been bound, sexually assaulted, and stabbed in the chest. Beth was still alive when she was thrown into a steep ravine, where she ultimately died from exposure. Evidence showed that she tried to climb back up the slope, but couldn't because of her restraints, and just froze to death.
Awful.
That is awful.
My God.
Next, Megan Emmerich, this 17-year-old student, disappeared on July 7th, 1973 in Seward, Alaska. She was last seen leaving the dorm laundry room at her boarding school. She left all of her belongings behind, even her ID. Her roommate waited for 3 days before finally calling police, but no leads ever surfaced. Mary Kathleen Thill, she was 22 years old, vanished on July 5th, 1975. At the time, her husband was away working on the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, while Mary stayed on Lower Point Road in Seward. That morning, a friend gave her a ride into town and dropped her off at a bakery. Later, another friend saw her near a waterfall along Lowell Point Road between 1:30 and 2 p.m., and then nothing. She was never seen or heard from again. Before we move forward with Robert's kills, we need to stop in 1976. Robert found himself in serious trouble when he tried to steal a chainsaw from a Fred Meyer store. Security caught him, called the cops, and this time the judge they weren't buying excuses that he said a, quote, accidental theft. And Robert ended up with a 5-year prison sentence. That seems excessive for stealing a chainsaw. I don't know.
They stacking his old priors and like, dude, you're a fucking menace.
That's a long time for stealing something.
Motherfucking chainsaw. What? I cut your ass raw. What?
I think Charles Ng was trying to steal a chainsaw too when he got caught.
Of course he would.
That sounds right.
So finally, some justice. They're putting him away. He's going to learn his lesson.
5 years.
That's the end of
5
the
years.
story.
All right. See you next week.
He never got out again. He didn't,
5 years turned to life
he murdered someone in prison.
with a chainsaw.
And
He had hidden under his bunk. His name was Andy Dufresne.
Robert was out after only 16 months.
stop it.
Scared me.
Come on.
Did you get scared?
I slammed the desk. I was
Maybe
pissed.
jump.
Fuck. Fucking Hansen.
Once he was free, Robert went back to his old ways.
Oh, you don't say.
And Darla, she's ever so supportive. She welcomed Robert home.
Oh, bland Darla. Good for you.
You guys mocked that 5 years he was given. Maybe he needed to sit there for 5 years.
Maybe so. Fucking Darla.
That's a terrible name, by the way.
You don't like Darla?
No.
That's not great.
That's a horrible name. Same with Marla. Marla's a terrible name too.
Darla has plastic covering the like her couches.
Oh
and
my
stuff.
God! Of course she does.
Oh, like an old grandma.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's comfy.
Yeah,
This is the
it's so nice
dumbest shit ever.
when you sit on it and it's just, you hear it crack and crinkle under you
That's weird.
on those ugly flowery couches.
Yeah. Like, this looks great to lay down and watch a movie on. Let me get myself
Fucking-
comfortable
you
on
fall
there.
asleep, your ears suction cupped to the fucking plastic. Do you ever felt like sleeping on a leather couch is terrible? It's nice at first because it's cool.
Yes,
And for
it's
us,
cool.
like, I know we're all sweaty.
Right.
We're hot boys in more ways than one. But like waking up on one, your skin fucking sticks to it.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Mixed thoughts on the leather furniture.
They look great
Yes,
and they stay cool at the start, but it can be rough. If I'm not going to sleep on one, I'd take it all day long. If I'm going to
a
fall
nice
asleep on one,
broken in one.
yeah, I just don't want to fall asleep on it. And it hurts. Your skin's like peeling off of it.
Yeah, and I like sleeping on the couch sometimes.
I do too. Yeah. I like having something to lean against, like the back of it.
Yeah.
It's nice to just kind of lean back against something.
No one bothering you.
And of course, you're on a couch by yourself. Fuck away from me.
On July 17th, 1980, construction workers found the skeletal remains of a young woman near some power lines north of Anchorage. She was later nicknamed Eklutna Annie to give her an identity beyond just being another Jane Doe. Her body had decomposed significantly, suggesting that she had been killed months earlier. At the time, she was wearing a brown leather hip-length jacket, a light-colored sleeveless knitted shirt, blue jeans, and bright red knee-high, high-heeled zip-up boots.
That's what Mike's wearing tonight.
They're comfy. I'm breaking them in.
They look good.
I'm
on
going
you.
out this weekend.
They're going to
with
look good on the
girls.
leather couch tonight while you're laying there.
Well, what are you trying to imply, pal?
She had on some very distinct jewelry when she was found. A handmade metal bracelet with 3 turquoise stones, a copper necklace strung with shell beads, and a heart-shaped pendant. It looked like it was like another metal copper kind of thing. A Timex wristwatch with circular links and a brown face, a ring that was hand-carved from a shell, and gold-plated twisted metal hoop earrings. The autopsy showed that she was petite, standing between 4'11", 5'3". She was most likely white, though there was a possibility of some Native American ancestry. Her hair was described as light brown to strawberry blonde. Later on, Robert confessed in detail to killing Eklutna Annie. He remembered that she'd been wearing blue jeans, a sweater, and a brown leather jacket. However, he claimed he couldn't remember if she was a sex worker or a dancer, though he thought that she might have been from Kodiak, Alaska. Robert said that he had picked her up in downtown Anchorage and offered her a ride. When she noticed that he was driving in the wrong direction, she asked him to turn around. He tried to reassure her, saying that he was just going, quote, a little further to another spot, and she said, well, I'm not. And at that point, Robert pulled a gun and told her to do exactly as I say, and you won't get hurt. Robert drove to Eklutna Lake, but his truck got stuck on a muddy road.
Amateur hour.
Robert claimed that he convinced her to help him free the vehicle, and once the truck was unstuck, she tried to escape. Robert chased her, grabbed her by the hair, and tripped her to the ground. As she struggled and she was pleading with him, don't kill me, Robert tried to calm her down, promising her that he wouldn't. And according to Robert, she responded with, quote, you're going to kill me. And at that point, Robert said that he stabbed her in the back with a buck knife while she was laying face down on the ground. We still don't know who she is, unfortunately.
God damn.
Hopefully someday with the genetic genealogy.
I think I saw they just did a new like facial reconstruction type photo a couple years ago. So they're still,
Of Annie?
hoping that at some point someone will recognize her. But yeah, still to this day.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's time for a fresh slate. A new year brings new opportunities, new obstacles, and a chance to redefine yourself. Every January brings 365 blank pages waiting to be filled. In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's a part of your story you've been wanting to revise. Life isn't about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. Think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create the meaningful story you deserve to live. Therapy provides us with an opportunity to reflect on who we are and what makes us thrive. It allows us to better ourselves and helps us put pen to paper and write the next chapter of our lives. Therapy can also be helpful in learning new positive coping skills, setting boundaries, and empowering you to be the best version of yourself. Therapy is not only for those who've experienced trauma. So, if you're thinking of starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time at no additional charge. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/necro today and get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/necro.
On May 19th, 1980, 24-year-old Joanna Messina, a dancer in Seward, Alaska, went out for dinner with Robert. According to Robert, the evening started off normal, but things took a turn when Joanna allegedly suggested exchanging oral sex for money. Robert claimed that he refused. Instead, he drove her and her dog to a remote area near Snow River. There, he hit her with a .22 caliber revolver, shot her twice, and killed her dog.
Jeez.
Robert then dumped Joanna's body in a gravel pit, covering her with gravel to try and hide her. He threw the dog and her personal items in nearby woods and then threw the revolver into the Snow River. The way he describes this is it was just she disgusted him. Like, this was a nice dinner that she fucked up by doing that.
Talking about a blowjob.
Yeah.
Which is what he really wanted.
Right.
Whatever. I fucking hate this guy. I hate people like this. No one wants your dirty cock in their mouth, you fucking asshole. Ugh.
Dave's taking this one personally. He hates this guy.
I do not like incels like this. One fucking bit, man.
He's not great.
Dork.
Fucking nerd.
Just a few weeks later, on June 28th, 1980, 24-year-old Roxanne Eastland vanished without a trace. She had been staying at the budget motel in Anchorage with her boyfriend. That day, she reportedly planned to meet a man on 4th Avenue in downtown Anchorage, but she was never seen or heard from again. 41-year-old Lisa Futrell, a nightclub employee, I think she was a bartender, not an actual dancer, in Anchorage, met Robert on September 6, 1980. After she never made it home, her roommates, were two younger women, reported her missing, but nothing ever came of it. And we'll talk eventually. This is another classic thing of not viewing sex workers as,
just being viewed as lower class people, not taken seriously.
Because there are people that notice that there's a string of women going missing. Like, the other sex workers know something's wrong.
Yeah. This is the, Anthony, was it Sowell case? Just the Alaska version.
Sure.
There's a good A&E documentary out there on YouTube that's free. It's pretty good, but it had one of the sex workers from around this time on there talking. She said that they started kind of doing a buddy system type thing.
That was good.
And it's sad that they have to resort to that because that's the only way they feel safe.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
They can't just be treated as human beings.
Why can't we legalize that and just regulate it so there isn't this whole thing? How there's OnlyFans, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I think it is in some spots. I don't really. I agree with you. I don't care what people do with their bodies. I don't necessarily frown on sex workers. I don't think it's any different than ruining your body doing any other sort of manual labor. I think it's
Yeah, like you guys are just poisoning your bodies with all that ink. It's the same thing.
I think it's a little hypocritical of people to, judge sex workers in any different light than anyone else who uses their body for a living.
But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I also think it's difficult to judge whether someone is being trafficked or not. And I think that's
There'd have to be like regulations.
the whole kink in this is it's really hard to say whether someone's doing this voluntarily or is being trafficked. I think that's what's hard about the discussion.
Yeah.
Do I think it should be legal? Well, of course. I think you should be able to do whatever you want, but
Right.
how do you prevent people from being trafficked and something like that? I don't know. I don't think there's any good answer.
When
I do see that point with like Pornhub and stuff. I know people ban it for wrong.
What's Pornhub?
Like politicians and stuff, like doing the whole moral crisis, or like the moral thing.
Supreme Court's looking at it right now, whether to uphold Texas's, age verification laws and whatnot. And it looks like they're probably going to uphold it. So you're going to need to supply proof that you're 18 years old to look at porn on the internet. And who the fuck no one wants to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Because they can trace your search histories and all that's a digital record of what kind of porn you like and stuff, which, come on.
But I do think that there is an issue with even Pornhub, like determining whether people are being trafficked or.
There 100% is. And there's documented instances on Pornhub of underage people and trafficked people. And there's no good answer.
Right.
No, I agree.
The government doesn't need all my information like that, though.
Yeah. They're like, Ian, like the. I don't know.
Whatever that stuff Kevin was sending me.
Yeah. Ian, like the Eiffel Tower videos. I don't think he was planning a trip to Paris, though. Dirty bird. I mean, like everything else, it's not black and white. It's a gray area, and there's a lot of differentials, and sure, there's not great answers. But yeah, if that's the trade you want to apply, then of course, I think you should always be able to do what you want to do. I don't think it's any more degrading than anyone else.
I mean, or
using up their body for whatever other manual labor. I don't know.
And even if you're doing it because you're down on hard times, I mean, that's just how it is.
That's just how it is,
people,
sure.
you just got to do what you have to do.
I don't look down on you, not at all.
Relevant back to this story, though, even if it was legalized, it would take a long time before these types of crimes were taken more seriously.
Oh, yeah.
They would still be treated as no one gives a fuck. It's the low class. It's the low brow. It's just not.
I think it's always
what they're
been the case.
into.
Absolutely.
Even if it was legalized, I don't think that's going to make a difference.
It's fair, sure.
For maybe a generation or two.
Sure,
It's
But I don't know. Other countries like Germany and Australia have figured out how to legalize it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's
It'd be interesting
legal
to know.
brothels in Germany and Australia.
Yeah.
Why is it that other countries can figure stuff out and then we're just a bunch of fucking heathens over here fighting and arguing?
Because we have religious kooks in this country. That's the basis of a lot of it, in my humble opinion.
It'd be interesting to know in those countries where it is legal how crimes against sex workers are treated. I don't know if we've ever really dived into that.
I would guess a lot better than in this country, probably.
I would assume so,
Yeah.
but they've also become accustomed to it for generations, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
All good questions.
We're going down a whole sociology
that's-
experiment here.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
On July 10th, 1981, 28-year-old Malay Larson, a dancer in Anchorage, was also reported missing. November 17th, 1981, 23-year-old dancer Sherry Morrow told her friends that she was meeting a photographer who had offered her $300 for a nude photo shoot. She left later that day and never came back, disappearing without a trace. This is the first one we know of where Robert started doing this $300 for a photo shoot. That becomes his new way to lure women.
That's his MO. We're going to hear more $300 photo shoots.
Always $300. I wonder what it was with that number.
Dork. He probably had to sell 50 marble rise that day to make $300. $300. Fucking nerd baker.
We got to stop talking about bread. I want so much bread right now.
I sold a bunch of marble rise today.
On the night of December 2nd, 1981, 24-year-old Andrea Mona Altieri was last seen getting into a taxi around 11 p.m. She was headed to the Boniface Mall in Anchorage to meet a man for a photo shoot and perform private dances. She was never seen again. Robert later on said that he lured her under false pretenses of money for a photo shoot, again the $300, and then abducted her at gunpoint. He blindfolded and handcuffed her, then drove her to a remote service road near the Kinnick Arm Bridge. Robert removed her restraints, sexually assaulted her, and when Andrea fought back, he shot her with a .22 Browning. Robert kept her necklace as a trophy and put her body in a duffel bag, weighted down with gravel, and dumped it into the Kinnick River. And she has never been found. Like, he 100% made sure that she would never be found. On May 26, 1982, Sue Luna, a 23-year-old dancer, told her friends she had agreed to meet a customer who had offered her $300 for a photo shoot. She met Robert in a diner parking lot in Anchorage, but never returned. The next day, Sue was reported missing. Robert later said that he forced her to run into the forest naked while he hunted her like prey and eventually shot and killed her.
Hunting?
Mm-hmm. Like, he had all his broken records and stuff. Like, we didn't talk about, like, he was like ultra hunting guy. Like, his house is filled with animal heads and shit.
All over the place.
Yeah. Like, every wall is covered with animal heads.
He'd love killing.
Yes.
Like, even if you were a hunter, would you... I don't know. I always found the trophy heads... Like a couple, maybe. All right, I got a big buck one year. I got a whatever point buck, and I'm gonna mount this in my den, whatever. Mm-hmm. But some of these guys, like the whole room filled
like the
with
Jimmy
fucking
Johns,
stuffed
dude.
Animal heads. It's fucking weird.
Remember the scene in Ace Ventura when nature calls? When he goes in that scene, he goes, "This is a lovely room of death."
That's how I would be if I walked in there. Fuck that. It's weird.
I don't know, man. It's very odd when you fill up a whole room with like 50 fucking stuffed heads like that.
It's trophies, right, for them.
Yeah.
That's their sport. That's what they do. It's their trophies. It's very different because, we have non-death trophies in other sports.
Yeah. It's not even really a sport. Like, going out in Africa and just fucking killing zebras and shit. It's not a sport. That's absurd.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I feel like that's just little dick syndrome.
Yeah.
I've been hunting.
No, I'm not saying
I'm not
hunting.
like an anti-hunting guy by any stretch.
I'm saying when you're like killing African animals and like covering your house in them.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's another complicated thing. Like, there's what is? There's big game ranges with hunting that the price for hunting is what allows those game ranges to stay open. And so, yeah, a couple get killed every year, but all those animals survive on that range and prosper because of that. And I'm not talking about people, hunting elephants in Africa or wherever.
Right, you're
just
talking about
smoking
like,
the population. I'm talking about like controlled game reserve hunts where...
Yeah, that's what
it's not, again, like everything else, it's not always black and white. It's a gray area, and I'm by no means anti-hunting.
It's just it's just another. It's a lifestyle I'm not very familiar with.
Sure,
but it is what it is. Like, I'm
like specifically talking about like the Jimmy Johns type dude. Like regular hunting is whatever.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I went pheasant hunting one time, and it's kind of odd when you hit the pheasant, and then to kill them, they just pick it up and swing it around to break it, like by its head, and so the neck twists around, and you break its neck, and it's just.
So you don't even really hunt. You you shoot it. Out of
shoot
the sky.
it, but then just to make sure if they're still alive.
Well, a good shot
swing
would
it
kill it in the sky, right?
Well, yeah, sure, but. It's just a weird thing swinging
I have never
it
been
around
hunting, so I cannot speak to that.
No, me neither.
I'm not against hunting either, but it seems like they get up really early to go hunting, and I don't really want to do that.
It's cold out usually.
Oh, is it
in Ohio?
Is there no
hunting season?
Is there no summer hunting? I don't know what there's seasons.
I don't know. I know deer hunting's usually end of November, I think.
Why is everything in the
Here.
winter? I don't understand. Maybe you can get me to go hunting if you're like, hey, we're going to go on July 10th at 10 a.m. Come hunting. And I'm like, yeah.
It probably has something to do with the breeding seasons and everyone's all fattened up going into winter. I don't really know. I went deer hunting one time and I got set out in the woods in the snow for hours and hours and got nothing. Then went to the cabin for lunch and 20 deer ran through the cabin mocking us as I'm eating a sandwich.
Really?
I'm like, this is stupid.
My Carhartt only extends to automobiles.
Sure.
It doesn't go into hunting.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I didn't buy the upgrade to the hunting Carhartt.
Someday. Well, that took a path down to hunting.
We've been on some weird roads.
Tamara Peterson, a 20-year-old dancer from Anchorage, was last heard from on August 7th, 1982, during a phone call with her family. She talked about being offered money for a photo shoot, and that was the last time anyone ever heard from her. This moment is kind of a turning point for the case. On September 12th, 1982, some hunters stumbled upon a shallow grave near Knik River. The remains were later identified as Sherry Morrow, who had been missing for about a year at this point. She had been shot 3 times in the back. Investigators found a shell casing from a .223 Ruger Mini 14 hunting rifle at the scene. But an odd detail, her body was fully dressed, yet her clothes had no bullet holes. This meant that she was shot while naked and then redressed before being buried.
Weird, man. Also, shooting a girl in the back 3 times is just...
That's the hunting thing, right? That's
that's
allegedly...
That's subhuman. I view this person as nothing. I'm going to shoot a girl in the back 3 times.
Yeah, and very much has that hunting vibe.
Yeah, just vile.
Around this time, Robert bought himself a Super Cub airplane. He made a false insurance claim saying that someone had broken into his house and stolen a bunch of his trophies, from hunting, bear rugs, mounted antlers, all kind of stuff. It was like, I think it was like $13,000 worth of stuff, and he just took it and hid it in a storage unit. And the Super Cub, it's able to take off and land almost anywhere. And it was perfect for flying deep into the Alaskan wilderness. And with this plane, Robert escalated his crimes. He started targeting remote cabins, ones that are left empty for months by seasonal owners. And he would just fly his plane in, break into these cabins, steal things like radios, chainsaws, generators. And the plane also gave Robert a new edge that he would be able to transport victims. It's unclear how often he used it for abductions. There is evidence that he did it a few times. Some say that he flew women to remote areas, forced them to run, and then hunted them like animals. Whether or not it happened exactly like that, the reality of it is extremely scary. He had near unlimited access to isolated parts of Alaska where you would not hear, and no one would hear you scream, and evidence would be hidden there for years, and in some cases forever. There are victims of Roberts out there that have never been found.
And never will be.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Darla was busy with her teaching and church stuff. She either didn't know or maybe just turned a blind eye to what was happening.
Heard that before.
During the summer, she traveled out of state with the kids to visit family, and that just kind of left Robert with, weeks, months to do whatever he wanted.
Oh, good. Just what we need. I don't know. I always have a hard time believing that the wife didn't know anything was going on.
It is really hard.
It's hard to believe.
I think the airplane also just adds a really unique dynamic to the story that we've never really discussed.
Sure. Just that amount of
the freedom.
access. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd hide anything you want in there and then take it wherever you want and spread it out. Like that's crazy. It's
Leave
a
it for the
scary
bears,
thought.
just
Yeah,
whatever.
out in the wilderness. Like,
Sure.
yeah.
Why do you even need to bury bodies out there? Just won't the animals get them?
There were some victims that were found, like it didn't take long to find their bodies, and they had been, really eaten in some cases. Angela Lynn Fettern was 24 when she went missing in February of 1983. She was last seen on 4th Avenue in Anchorage, but no one reported her disappearance until May. A nightclub owner, essentially a pimp, employed Angela as a dancer, eventually came forward and reported her as missing. Delynn Renee Frey, she was 22, also lived in Anchorage before vanishing in March of 1983. Like Angela, her disappearance wasn't reported right away. Teresa Watson, also 22, was last seen in Anchorage on March 25th, 1983. She told her roommate that she was meeting a man who had offered her $300 for a few hours of company, and she never came back. Paula Golding, a 30-year-old dancer from Anchorage, crossed paths with Robert on April 25th, 1983. Again, he lured her with an offer of money and then abducted her and drove her to his plane. His plan was to fly her to a remote spot, but Paula fought back and tried to escape. Robert claimed that she ran, but he chased her down and shot her with a .223 rifle. Her body was found on September 2nd, 1983, along the Kinnick River, buried in a shallow grave. She was also shot while naked and dressed afterward before being buried. So there's a clear pattern with stuff.
That's a weird one.
That's like with the Delphi thing, that I find that very creepy. How they were redressed afterwards. Like there was no blood on the clothes. Really weird. On June 13th, 1983, Robert approached 17-year-old Cindy Paulson with an offer of $200 for oral sex. But once she got in his car, everything took a turn. Robert pulled out a gun and drove her to his home in Muldoon, Anchorage. There, he held her captive, brutally raping and torturing her. Cindy later told police that Robert chained her by the neck to a post in his basement and then casually took a nap on the couch nearby, like nothing happened.
$200 from a street sex worker for a blowjob in 1983. That's a lot, right? That's what he's using to entice people to get in the car. Oh, it's
sense.
like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know either, but it seems like it's
He pays
it's
better
a lot
than
for
anybody. He pays
19
better than anybody. Best you'll find.
That's what I was getting at. Like way overpaying to get girls in the car.
But wouldn't that be a red flag? Like, let's say it's like $20.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
Should be a red flag.
Right. But this girl's 17, so maybe she doesn't.
It's in a different time.
$200.
Different time. I don't know. He could just seem like a desperate man.
When he woke up, Robert forced Cindy back into his car and drove her to Merrill Field Airport. Cindy waited for her chance, and when Robert got distracted loading his plane, she made her move. Quietly, she slipped out of the driver's side door and ran. Robert realized she was gone and tried to chase her, but Cindy reached 6th Avenue, which was a pretty busy street, and flagged down a passing truck. The driver saw how frantic she was and stopped to help and drove her to the Mush Inn. There, she jumped out and begged the clerk to call her boyfriend at the Big Timber Motel. Meanwhile, the guy who picked her up went to his workplace and called the police to report what happened. Police arrived at the Mush Inn, but Cindy had already left in a cab to the Big Timber Motel. It just clicked with me that Mush Inn, like before I was thinking, I'm like, that's a really weird name for an inn. It just clicked to like Mush.
Like dog
Alaska
sledding?
dog, yeah.
Whoosh, whoosh.
When they found her at the Big Timber Motel in room 110, she was still handcuffed in the handcuffs that Robert had put her in, and she was terrified. She was also like barefoot and stuff. Like this is like a horror movie escape she made.
Right.
They brought her to the police station where she gave a detailed account of her ordeal, and she laid everything out there. She described Robert's stutter, specifically his
Wasn't me.
his weird basement with fucking animals everywhere, even down to his green Buick that was parked outside the hangar. Very specific. But when police questioned Robert, he played the nice guy card. 2 of his friends falsely backed him up, claiming that he'd been with them all night. Police doubted Cindy's story because she was a sex worker. Adding insult to injury, they asked her to take a polygraph test. Cindy refused and left, and Robert walked away free. And this could have been the end of it, or this should have been the end of it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Detective Greg Baker saw what I think anybody should have seen here. Like, this dude clearly did this.
Yeah, it's the guy.
So he did his job.
Yeah.
He did what he was paid to do.
He quietly passed the report of this incident to the Alaska State Troopers. Detective Baker knew 2 troopers, Lyle Hogsfin and Glenn Floth, were looking into all the bodies and missing young women that were popping up everywhere. Like we said, there was a pattern, like being dressed after being shot. You know what I mean? And these guys were looking into it. However, Robert was able to get one more victim before being caught. That was 19-year-old Robin Pelkey, that should not have happened. It should have been over.
Should have picked him up that night. Game over.
So,
And also the balls in this guy that he knows she got away and he knows the police talked to her and stuff, and he still goes out and does more murder. Right? It's
Yeah.
like, they're not going to do anything to me. No one's going to believe that whore, right?
that has to be a huge confidence boost that you're able to, like, clearly he is the guy that did this to her. She was still wearing the handcuffs.
Right.
And he was able to walk away free from it. He was also early on in his thing before he even started killing anyone. He raped that girl and the charges were dropped on that. So he figured out how to talk people out of shit. So with her detailed account of everything, the plane, the 223 shell casing left near Sharon Morrow's body, Hogsfin and Floth knew they were dealing with a serial killer. And they also had a hunch with the plane that they really laid out where they were watching flights coming in and out of, going out and when girls were missing. And they thought that their guy was using a plane and they were cross-referencing.
Wow.
Yeah. To build their case, they turned to the FBI Behavioral Science Unit, specifically John Douglas, for help.
All right.
Our guy.
Yeah, our guy, yeah.
He solves everything.
He knows everything.
He's never not solved the case. In my mind.
All knowing. All knowing.
But usually we only cover people whose cases have been solved. So.
That's true.
He's undefeated in my mind.
He put together a profile of the suspect. So it'd be a man who would likely seem stable on the surface, a skilled hunter who was comfortable with weapons, deeply resentful, inadequate with women, which resulted in a hatred of them, and more than likely had a speech impediment. I would love to know how he figured that out and had that in his report.
John Douglas hitting it out of the park again.
Nailed it.
Amazing. Good job.
So at this point, everyone knows Robert is their guy. Cindy's Paulson story confirmed all of it. They just needed to get a search warrant. Using the FBI's profile, Robert's criminal history, and ballistics evidence from Sherry Morrow's case, they presented their findings to a judge, and they got the search warrant. State troopers raided Robert's home, while another team brought him in for questioning at the same time. They searched the living room, kitchen, basement. Everything's packed with animal trophies, all this shit. They found guns, but none of them matched any of the ballistic evidence from any of the murders. There wasn't a clear link to the missing women, and this went on for hours and hours, and law enforcement has talked that they felt that they might lose their lead with this, that they just weren't finding anything.
Were they interrogating him at the same time?
Yeah.
Trying to get him to crack?
Yeah, they did both things at once. Then one trooper decided to dig through the attic insulation and struck gold. Hidden behind layers of fiberglass, they found a Ruger Mini 14 rifle that matched the markings found at Sherry Morrow's grave, a .22 caliber handgun, jewelry, and ID cards belonging to several of the women, an arrowhead necklace identified as Sherry Morrow's, a hand-drawn map of the Anchorage area marked with X's. When they cross-checked the map, things got super dark. Each of those X's lined up with a known murder site, but there were way more X's than known victims. In total, there were 37. So clearly higher than what he's going to get in trouble for.
Another good cop, by the way. Mm-hmm. Digging through all the insulation up in the attic.
Yeah.
Going above and beyond finding all this.
Because the way it was described is it was like in the middle of...
Deep.
Yeah. Like
good
he
for him.
really had to dig for it. As this evidence piled up, Robert's friends started to crack, and they admitted that he had asked them to lie and help him create fake alibis. That's wild. I don't know. Like, these dudes really went with it for a long time.
Yeah. Like, what were you up to that day, Bobby?
Robert gave in, and through his lawyer, he struck a deal. He pled guilty and take authorities to the locations of the bodies, but only if the state kept his wife and kids out of the spotlight, and the state agreed. He was very into the helicopter rides, going out and flying over top and pointing out things.
Reminded him.
He was like, I don't know, just like in a super good mood about it, you know, and just loved it.
Ugh, gross.
On February 27th, 1984, Robert pled guilty to a whole host of charges. The judge sentenced him to 461 years plus life served consecutively. Robert is never leaving prison.
He is not.
Yeah, that was a done deal.
The math demands it.
The math ain't mathing on him getting out.
That's right.
In total, Robert was convicted of killing 17 women, though the FBI suspects the real number is closer to the 37 that he had marked. During sentencing, Robert mumbled something about regret, blaming his father, and stressed that he was going through for what he had done.
So a lot of those women that we talked about were never found.
Right.
Some were, he didn't admit to some of those, right? So we're just making assumptions.
Based on things that they had found in the evidence, like the IDs and whatnot.
But he tried to point out where their bodies were, but they never found them.
Right, no.
Yeah.
But
plus 20 more, probably.
Definitely. The media named him the Butcher Baker. He became infamous for allegedly hunting humans, which was a nod to the short story, The Most Dangerous Game. There isn't like a ton of evidence that he like specifically like put someone out and was like, all right, I'm going to hunt you like an animal.
It's the sensationalism of it.
Yeah. I mean, like we said before, regardless, it's fucking terrifying to this dude to put someone in an airplane and fly them out into the middle of nowhere, regardless if he's trying to hunt them or not. But, you know, that's an extra layer to it. So in 2013, Hollywood released The Frozen Ground with Nicolas Cage playing an Alaskan state trooper, loosely based on Glenn Floth, and John Cusack as Robert.
And how was this movie? Let me guess. Academy Award winner.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
All right.
I assumed that I must have watched this 10 years ago when it came out, but I'm not sure I did.
No.
It's not that good. It's okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like my review of every Nicolas Cage movie.
Well, it's
not fair. Mandy is fucking great.
Besides National Treasure.
That's not fair.
He thought about it, though. He thought about it.
I mean, it's okay. It's a little, since they added a lot of extra stuff in there to make it interesting and stuff.
Further sensationalizing the movie.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
I think that's right.
Was John Cusack any good in it?
It's just a blank stare role. It's not. There's nothing to it. He didn't really do any acting. He's just like
I'm John Cusack.
John Cusack.
So it's more him like in prison?
No, he's not in prison. It's just him. Like, there's only one murder in the whole movie, and kind of that I'm gonna hunt you,
Right.
sensationalizing that. But
Did you find it on the Gimmick Player? Was it available
it's
for
on
everyone?
Netflix.
Okay. I was going to say, did you have to pay for this?
No, no,
Did you waste $1.99 renting this?
no. And I will say that Vanessa Hudgens played Cindy Paulson.
Oh, she's
I'm not sure.
She's me gusta.
I'm not sure I would pay $200 for a blowjob, but I would pay $200 for a Vanessa Hudgens blowjob, without a doubt.
Wait, how old was she at 2013? I'm not sure we should be saying that.
Like 25.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she that old?
She's Ian's age.
Is she?
Yes.
Okay.
I looked it up before I decided to make a comment like that on the show.
All right. She seems awfully young.
It's not High School Musical, pal. It's fucking 2025 now.
I couldn't even have told you she was in that movie. I just know that she is much younger. So she's our age?
I don't know. Is
I
she?
think she's 36. I looked it up.
So yeah, she's my age. Or what, 2 years younger than me?
Wow. That's mind blowing. I thought she was one of those like Disney stars that's like 25, 26.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, she probably was
Fucking
at
10
one.
years ago.
Yeah. It's one of
Yeah.
those things that we just forgot about, I think.
but when this movie came out, if I thought she was 25, 26, she would not have been that age.
Should have been
Okay. 15 or 16.
She's 36.
I'm glad she's of age.
So Robert.
Well, hang on a second. I have more here. We've done Nicolas Cage top 5 movies. Do we have John Cusack top 5 movies? That's something you guys could participate
I
in.
could not name a
I gotta
single.
let me look at it.
I could not name a single movie.
I have my list because I obviously planned this discussion topic in advance.
I like to visually look at stuff,
Sure.
like the fronts of the movies.
Well, I'll
and
give
shit.
you mine.
All right.
Say Anything. Con Air, of course, Mike. That's where they converge, Nick Cage and John Cusack, in the same great movie.
So they've worked together multiple times.
multiple times. Gross Point Blank is fucking awesome if you've never seen that. 1408. And number 1 is Identity. If you've never seen Identity, fucking great movie. Those are my top 5 John Cusack movies. Have you seen Identity?
No, I have not
Dude,
seen Identity.
you got to watch Identity.
All right.
It is awesome.
So, but how did we do? How did you do it? Did you say the best one first? Did you go?
I think
1
you
to
just
5?
listed 5 movies.
No, I saved Identity for last. That's
Oh,
my
you did
that's
it
my
right.
number 1. The other
Good job,
4 in
pal.
no particular order. Identity is such a great fucking movie.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
All right, so I'm going to
That's how
say
you
do
do it.
mine.
Thanks,
out
pal.
of-
That's how you tell a list.
It means a lot.
Mine are just out of order. Say Anything. That's the best one, in my opinion.
It's a great movie.
That's the best one. Con Air. Absolutely Con Air.
So good.
Stand By Me.
Yeah, yeah.
16 Candles.
See, are those really John Cusack movies, though?
Or is he just in them?
He's in
yeah.
them, but that's how I looked at the list. Sure, I love 16 Candles.
Would you call Home Alone a John Candy movie?
It's kind of the same thing.
It is
I
exactly
agree.
the same thing. That'd be wild.
For a John Candy movie is Home Alone?
It's like, what?
I would punch someone if they said that to me. I would fight them.
Yeah, I guess I don't really know that many John.
It's tough. Like Better Off Dead was really good. The Grifters from the 1990s, really good Cusack movie.
I forgot about Better Off Dead.
Guys,
that
I'm
would
gonna
be
be
on
honest.
my list.
$2. I want my $2.
I have not heard of almost any of these movies.
Really?
Con Air is the only thing I
Oh
have heard
my
of.
god.
Or what else did you say? Those 80s movies.
Say Anything?
No, never even heard of that.
Better Off
The
Dead?
Sure Thing, that was his other 80s rom-com.
16 Candles?
16 Candles I've heard of.
High
You don't like any of those
High
movies,
Fidelity.
huh?
That was a Cusack movie.
Like, I didn't know John Cusack had like a following like this.
Grosse Point Blank's a fucking great movie. I'm telling you, Identity is an awesome movie if you've never seen it. Such a cool movie.
Why do I feel like he was in Weird Science? He wasn't in that. Just like he didn't have a small part?
I don't think so. 2012, remember 2012? When we thought the Mayan calendar was going to expire the world.
Oh, I remember that movie.
It was
I don't
so
remember him
absurd,
in it. It was
but
ridiculous.
it was, one of those fun disaster movies because it was so fucking stupid.
That came out like early when I was in college, which would have been well before 2012. I bought that DVD at a gas station. That is a fact.
It's a fun watch. 1408? You seen 1408?
Oh, about the hotel.
1408's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
He's with numbers. 2012, 1408.
Jeez, I don't know, man. You should look into that.
1408 was good. I remember seeing that. That was creepy.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
good.
I couldn't have told you that was him, but I remember seeing that movie. That was good. All right. Maybe John Cusack's got a future in the acting business.
Maybe so. He's got some bangers. Runaway Jury, that was a good Cusack movie. It's a whole list of stuff, so.
It's a whole bunch of straight to DVDs. Got it.
Check out Identity, though. I'm telling you. You will not go wrong. So good.
If anyone takes anything away from this episode, other than Robert Hansen's a piece of shit,
Yes.
they should go watch Identity.
It is so good. Best Cusack movie, hands down. Amazing.
And what was your favorite?
Say Anything.
Say Anything.
That's a great movie, too.
Better Off Dead's really fucking
Better
good.
Off Dead's fucking awesome.
I kind of want to watch that tonight.
$2. Oh, my $2.
Robert initially served his time at the Seward Correctional before moving between various facilities in Alaska. In prison, he was quiet and unremarkable, really, still stuttering when he was stressed. That kind of came back. He became the prison barber, cutting hair for other inmates. And, as he's getting older and younger inmates come in, he got the nickname Grandpa Bob. He's an elderly guy with thick glasses, quiet, keeps to himself. And I guess age does that. Sometimes when I see the Manson girls in the news over the years and whatever, they look like kindly old grandmas, like old ladies,
Forget they were in a cult.
and they brutally murdered people.
Yeah, right.
So I think age can do that. Robert died on August 21st, 2014 at 75 years old due to natural causes. As for his wife, Darla, there seems to be varying reports on what happened to her. One of the sources I read said that she never officially divorced him, that she just kind of moved on with her life and just never did that. But then there were other sources that said she did divorce him. She sold everything still and moved. She did divorce him.
Seems unclear. What was the one you found?
I saw there was an article on, I forget the website, I apologize, but they quoted the author of the book that they built, they based the Frozen Ground off of. And the author of that book said that she had moved to Russia and was now a teacher. And his kids live in the United States still, but they don't really, they decline all interviews. They don't really respond.
Well, that's weird. She was so traumatized by this guy, she became a communist and went over to Russia.
Maybe.
Jesus.
That was just a website I found. Who knows?
Sure.
What'd you find? Did you find anything on that?
No.
I thought we had. I didn't know.
Just
if we had.
kind of the same as like
Yeah.
she moved away. Their money was separate and they got divorced. And
I suppose after all of that, you would probably want to kind of detach yourself from all of the stories and kind of ride off into the sunset.
You might want to do that. Yeah, sure. I don't know. We have all these crazy stories. They stick with them. Like that crazy ass story up in Michigan where the guy killed the daughter. Remember that wacky one?
We covered it.
Yeah, the Netflix story where his like adopted daughter and he beat her to death and all like buried her in the backyard and all those years never told his wife where she was at.
yeah.
Like she stuck with him.
That Andrea Bowman.
Andrea Bowman, yes. Yeah. She still visits him in prison and stuck with him and stuff. So. Well, this guy's something. I hate how, like we talked about a little bit ago, as they get older, oh, it's just Grandpa Bob, and it kind of whitewashes a lot of their crime. You get that with a lot of these like Nazis, you know, that are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, like hesitant to go after them and punish them for their crimes when you catch up with them in their later years. Like
you can't do that. You can't.
Yeah, it's still the same fucking piece of shit that committed these crimes in their...
Yeah, like you find a 90-year-old Nazi, I have no issue taking them to the death penalty.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this guy was fun.
Thanks, Robert. I don't know. It's just...
Alaska seems like a place where you can do a lot of stuff.
We've talked about Alaska twice on the show, and both have been horrific stories.
Yeah.
Based on that, I don't know if it was the A&E one that I watched or another YouTube video. I don't know, that the whole Tenderloin red light district did not seem like a very nice place.
The way they represented it in the Frozen Ground movie was just awful.
Yeah.
Jesus. But that happens with the transient population, with things like, you know, the pipeline being built and workers like that. That's just naturally what occurs. The most ridiculous thing in that movie was 50 Cent as the pimp. He had long, straightened hair. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
That's quite the cast. Nicolas Cage, John Cusack,
50 Cent, Vanessa Hudgens.
That's something. When 50 Cent was trying to make it in movies, right?
Yeah,
just getting a start. Maybe he'd been before that. I don't know. My timeline's a little messed up.
It was something.
All right. Well, any final thoughts? Ian, anything else you uncovered in your research? Anything else we need to discuss, talk about?
No, I don't think so. Sometimes I feel like these episodes get a little... like hung up in the middle when you go through all those victims, and it just feels like
a monotonous type thing.
Yeah, but then I feel like when I'm writing the outline like that, I feel bad not like if we know the victim's name, I feel bad not at least mentioning it. You know what I mean? So it kind of feels like I'm just reading a list sometimes, but
no, I think it's part of the story, and I think people enjoy that.
I think not mentioning them would be disrespectful.
Yeah, just be like, oh yeah, he killed 17 people.
Sure.
Yeah.
But,
and you can go out and look at that list and see which of those victims that we mentioned were found and which were not. And you mentioned whether most of them were found or not. But some of those were never found. They're out in that Alaskan wilderness under that red X that he had on his map somewhere, and either disintegrated or dug up by wild animals or, you know, what have you, but never located.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing at all to kind of run down that list and discuss everybody. At least that
also
we know
Darla, like you didn't get a hint ever that he was hiding all this shit in between a ton of fucking...
Hey, she was gone in the summer. She took the kids to camp.
Yeah.
We've done countless stories where the spouses were like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
She's scared of him?
Maybe. That could be a whole different layer to it. You know?
Like just don't ask, don't tell. Maybe there's something creepy going on, but I'm just going to live my life.
That's kind of what it was with, remember, Dysent, how do we say his name?
Oh, yeah.
The alien guy.
That's a weird one.
Dysent Hausenkopf, something like that.
Something like that.
He had a room, like, Girly Chew wasn't allowed in that one room.
Yeah.
It was a don't ask, don't tell.
Oh, yeah, we're going to live in this house, and by the way, you can't go in this room. Okay. Sure.
That's I don't know. He is scary. It's scary to fly somebody to a remote area like that, but at the end of the day, he's not like a horror character or like a, you know what I mean? Like, he's just an incel
No.
that preyed on people that were weak or in a weak moment of their life, you know?
Sure.
There's nothing really that scary about him.
Dave, you got final thoughts?
No.
No. Okay.
I hate incels. That's my final thought.
They really are so fucking irritating.
The worst.
I don't know if there's an incel gene, but fuck, they all seem to fit the same model.
If there is, we should eradicate it, right?
God damn. You gonna eradicate them or left-handers?
Both. All the above. Left-handers are going to hell and do not deserve to be on this planet. It's final thought.
Unless you can throw a baseball.
If you're a pitcher,
Yeah.
all bets are off.
We'll take you.
That's a different story.
All right, what do you got on Patreon?
Thank you to new patrons Rob, Tyler Berry, Dave B, Lizanne Johnson, Batty Slay Queen, Felix Carrion, Declan banged my mom.
No, he didn't.
Well, that seems like a stretch.
He doesn't even know what that means.
Sarah Jorgensen, Logan Jones, Addie Burke, Hot Wheels Chicken, Karen Dreverman, Nicholas Welch, Barbara Ann, Andres Lavera, Gentry, Belinda Jones, Zebulon Graham, Ali Skinner, Alex Garza, Vinsuki, Selena, Jordan Jana, big, fat, juicy deer dick with red balls. So very descriptive, sir.
Okay.
Rose, Max Hocking, buttery, bussy boy hole. Also very descriptive. Thank you. Rashonda Amos, Taylor Arden, Tom Cyril, Genster Maniac, Suzanne Wilson, Nathan Vogue, Sarah Rogers, Brianna Stevens, Alicia Bertolini, John Gautry, Taylor, Sable Jean, Solomon Hawkins, Inner-Rishi, Non-Jabedness, Brett Billiter, Sam, Gemma Burns, Giovanni Torres, Just Live 01, Chef Ramsey, Liz.
It's not Chef Ramsay.
It's not Chef Ramsey. Liz, the Dirty Sanchez administrator. Like, does she get the Dirty Sanchez, or does she administer the Dirty Sanchez, or does she make sure you apply the Dirty Sanchez properly?
Look, we like names that give us more answers than questions.
Yeah.
That's more of a question than answer type
Curious,
name.
yeah. What does the administrator actually do for Dirty Sanchez?
You have to
Does she
define
like
that
run the
first.
fuck schedule of?
The person administering the Dirty Sanchez?
Yeah.
Does she edit the Urban Dictionary Dirty Sanchez page?
See,
We have a lot
Yeah,
of questions.
there's no answers here.
stop giving us these names. Just give us answers.
I think she's looking for a Dirty Sanchez. I'm not sure we're gonna ever know, but Harry R. Slicker,
That's a good one.
Fury, and Whimsy Generator. Thank you, new patrons, and welcome aboard.
Ian, what do you got on your end?
Straight Edge, we took a couple weeks off from that. I did that 3-parter on the Texas killing fields. We took a break for the holidays. You just came back with Donner Party.
We did.
Long one.
It was a thorough episode. Whew.
It's a really interesting story. It's different for us.
Yeah, it was a really different one. Just
Makes me hungry.
yeah, doesn't.
Yeah.
Speaking of tenderloin,
Yeah.
like the one part, kids are eating their dad's organs just to stay alive. You know, real terrible, sad story. All because fucking Hastings misled them and took them out on a path they
Son of a bitch.
shouldn't have went down. Yeah, that's available now.
The world is full of broken dreams, Mike.
It certainly is, Dave. I live that every day. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com/Necronomipod, amazon.com. Search Necronomipod for all of our merch and necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.